Welcome, Libra, to the Temple of Consciousness. Please come in. You are now attending your February 2025 ASTRO-Tarot forecast. My name is Ava, and I'm going to be your oracle and spiritual guide. But before we begin, what I've been doing in front of all these videos this month is giving each sign an update on my Hawaii adventure. Things are improving radically, and I'm glad to report that on the horizon we have some enormous good news. If you had been following me, I told you that there is a yoga retreat here in the Big Island that it's called Kirpala or Kirpal Yoga Retreat and Eco Center. It's a really gorgeous little place with a lovely room in which to practice yoga, and they've got a beautiful meditation center, and they have little kittens running around the grounds, which is basically what sold me on it. And I interviewed with the owner, and I made a proposal that what I would like to do is to film in that yoga room my yoga classes and then present them to you. In exchange, I would then help advertise the yoga retreat. And he agreed. So I will begin that as soon as possible. And then on the home front, I told you that I had rented this little room here in a nice house in a nice area near a little town called Pahoa, which is, excuse me for a moment, which is a charming little hippie village, really. And the problem is that when I rented this place, I didn't know exactly the nature of my neighbors, my landlord, the people involved in this place. And it's been very stressful, shall we say, to be living here. But because of that, I was highly motivated to find another place. And providence, serendipity came in. I went to that little hippie town down the road called Pahoa and got myself something to eat at the health food store. Sat there kind of a little bit sad and lamenting that I had such stressful living conditions. And a gentleman sat across from me, and I sort of, little by little, told him my woes. And he said, well, I've got the solution for you. He built an off-grid community of several homes, cabins, including his very regal home, built by his own hands, by the way, all off-grid, run by solar, has its own water, has everything it needs. And there is a cabin that will become available within a month or two and would I like to go see it? And I said, oh, absolutely would I like to go see it. So I did. I followed him out in the middle of nowhere. Not too far from town, actually, but it doesn't take a lot to leave civilization on this island. So it's absolutely idyllic and inexpensive. All I have to do is bring in Starlink for internet. So once that's in, then it will be a complete self-sufficient place to live. So that will be in about a month or two. And this after living through the total devastation of my home, my job, my car, everything I had in Florida last October. I was a victim of those 2 hurricanes that came in. But I kept my spirits up, and I asked some friends and some friends I didn't know here on YouTube if they would be kind enough to help financially, and they were kind enough, and I thank them very much. It's allowed me to come here to the Big Island and to make this enormously difficult transition, pardon me. I'm 72, about to be 73 in a month. And it's very difficult for people of our age to make such radical changes. But in fact, I'm very happy that I was brave enough to do so. And I thank you very much for your support. So let's begin your reading. Libra. And if you're new to the channel, this is an ASTRO-tarot forecast. So I divide the reading into 2. First part being a very simple astrological forecast, following only the transits of Mars and Venus. So putting us right into the current events of the month. And then I follow it up with another very simple tarot forecast, including 4 positions for a 4-card spread. And then I try to bridge the 2 if possible. So let's begin. In February, Libra, we have Mars transiting, Mars in Cancer retrograde, transiting your, let's find out. Here you are, Libra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Your 10th house. This is the house of career. The house of how you exhibit your talents, your skills, how you make a living, how you serve the greater community. This is about your profession, your professionalism, your reputation within your profession. Now, it's in retrograde. And Mars, which is a very powerful, forward-moving energy, when it's in retrograde, it draws back. I always say it's sort of like putting the brakes on and just moving a little bit more slow. And so it's about review, reassessment, reevaluation, even reconstruction. So within the realm of your career, you may be going over past projects, making sure they're complete, making sure you've dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's. It's about issues from the past affecting the present within the realm of your career. But getting a handle on those things that needed completion, needed that much more attention. Now, sometimes they could also mean delays. Maybe you're seeking new employment, and so there'll be delays in that. There could be delays in that, delays in hearing about it, as perhaps your credentials are being reviewed. It's about the being psychologically caught up in what was before you're ready to face what is not yet. So it's really just a beautiful way of giving you time to make sure that your career is moving in the direction that you want, that the goals that you had set are the ones that you want. There's a review of that too. Are you in a job that you like? Are you in a profession that you like? Cancer is a very emotional sign. So you might be making emotional decisions as opposed to rational ones. Reacting emotionally within your work environment. But all of this is what's possible with Mars retrograde in Cancer in your 10th house. Now let's move on to the position of Venus. Venus is in Aries. And if we look to your chart, if your rising sign would be Libra, then we count exactly 7 positions away in the house of relationships. So you've got the planet representing love, beauty, art, harmony, joy in your house of relationship, your most important relationships, your husband, your wife, your partner, the person or persons who mean the most to you. So you should revel in this. You may fall in love, or you may rekindle love within an existing relationship. This is highly romantic. And it is the month of Valentine's Day. So you might just be experiencing a Cupid moment. This is absolutely beautiful. And if you want to heal a relationship, this would be the month to do it. Joy and comfort and being cozy with your loved one. Now, Venus is also symbolic of value, money, what you value. So there may be an exchange of value, monetary value between you and your significant other. So you may be making purchases together, spending wildly on luxury items, or just spending money on finding ways to make your relationship more romantic, showing your love for the other. How beautiful is that? So that is your astrological forecast. Let's see what your tarot forecast is. So let's get to your tarot forecast this month. Libra. By the way, I have a cuspy rising sign, somewhere between 29 degrees Libra and 2 degrees Scorpio. I was born in 1952, and back in those ancient days, they didn't record the hour that you were born. So it was sort of, I had to do some forensic astrology to determine what hour approximately I was born. I asked my mother, and she had no clue. So that didn't help a bit. And I just want to thank you for your, again, continuing support if you can. I appreciate it very much. I do private personal readings if you have any issues, problems, very deep, personal things that it's hard to share with others. A tarot reading is one of the best ways to get at the heart of what it is that's troubling you. Now, when I read honestly. What I see is what I tell you. And if the information sometimes is difficult, it's because it needs to be. But sometimes a tarot reading can be what gives you the energy to make the changes necessary, especially if you know what those changes will bring about. So there's links below if you'd like to partake of that, and that helps me also on this journey I'm on. All right, let's go. In the position of the overall mood or energy of the month of February for you, Libra. The magnificent, the regal, Mother Nature, the Empress. The Empress. The Empress is the beautiful, beautiful symbols within the Empress. There's the symbol of Venus at the side of her throne. Remember, you had Venus in the 7th house of relationship. So she's ruled by Venus. She's leaning on a pregnancy pillow. She's pregnant. Mother Nature is always pregnant. Pregnant either with a human baby or with a concept, an idea. Gestating an idea. And this reminds me also of Mars retrograde in your 10th house. Maybe you're gestating a new idea. letting things grow within to birth a new idea later. She represents nature. She represents the ever expanding creative process. So you bring your creativity into your work and into your relationship. She's Mother Earth. She's the nurturer. You're nurturing your relationship, keeping it healthy, vibrant, alive. This is also about reconnecting with nature. During February, when it's cold up north, but very beautiful down south, the appreciation of nature, the letting nature heal you, being very organic, natural within your relationship, letting things evolve without pushing or forcing. This is an absolutely beautiful beginning to your reading. In the position of what specifically may challenge you, not much to worry about. Another beautiful card indicating love, the Three of Cups. And here we have three maidens, maybe three sisters, holding up their cups in celebration, doing a sort of maypole dance. Each one is dressed in a different color, representing their own individuality. But they bring their individual talents, their individual personality, skills, into a collaborative effort. They raise their cups in celebration of this union, which has an enormously emotional effect. Cups is about emotion. So your challenge is to bring together perhaps disparate or different ideologies, talents, skills, and unite them in a uniform, single effort towards a goal, a single objective. This often could be a celebration, celebrating an event like a birth or pregnancy, especially with Empress being that she's pregnant. Staying cheerful, positive, and celebrating one another. Each individual here brings their contribution to the whole, making the whole greater than the sum of its parts. This is your challenge, to create this during February. So that couldn't be any more delightful for you, Libra. In the position of what is unexpected, well, what a reading you have, Libra. We have the Sun. And the Sun represents joy again. innocence. You see there's a child on a white horse. That represents innocence. Remember, we have Venus in your 7th. We've got a child there, so it might be the celebration of a child, an unexpected child entering the scene. This is dawn, when we come out of the dark night of the soul, where hope and optimism return, and we feel the splendor of life via, again, our relationships, our sense of everything is right in the world, everything is going well for us. There's no need for pessimism, self-doubt, or worry. That is what's unexpected for February. What a fabulous month. Wow. I think you've got the best reading in the entire of all 12 signs so far. I've got 2 more signs to go, but so far you win. And finally, the outcome. Oh, continuous good news. The 4 of Wands. Here we have a beautiful depiction of a 4 wands with a victory wreath, creating a sort of a gate, and 2 people standing there, and they are holding up bouquets of flowers. They are welcoming you in to an environment that will be supportive of your career, because wands are about career, about how you express your creative energy. And the castle in the background represents wealth, security, material accomplishment. So you're being welcomed into an environment where you will have support, emotional support, creative support, and a feeling of belonging. That is your forecast. Hold on a moment. I got a little tickle in my throat. I tell you, look at all the yellow. Look at this beautiful reading. The Empress, the 3 of Cups, the Sun, and the 4 of Wands. Good news on all fronts. Take advantage to repair either your career, your relationship, if it needs it, or to inject your life with positivity, joy, compassion, and love. That is your forecast. Thank you for coming to your reading. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And I'll see you next month. All my love. Namaste.